Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the video. This video, I'll be showing you how to read blogs, how to essentially summarize them, how to, present in a professional way. So, as you may or may not know, I usually every night try to read a lot of blogs. And how do I do it? I'm just gonna walk you over the process. So, for example, let's say I am reading an article about, for example, this, right? So I'm trying to read about more about DynamoDB geoqueries. I want to understand in detail the workings, right? The concept of geohash, right? Everything I want to understand. So the first process that you start is you start collecting relevant documents. So for example, here, right? So I know that there's a document, right? So now what you do is you basically prepare citation. I'll delete this one for you. So you'll click on compose, you'll come to Quillbot. Now, what I usually do, again, this is what I do. I don't, again, this is how I learn and present technical information to my teams, to people, right, in a much more professional way. So now I will write a title. I will do here, and then I'll see who's the name of the author. Always, please, reference the author. It's a respect, right? Whenever you are, essentially taking items from an article, right? So now I'm gonna do this, and then what I will do, I'm gonna open up a new Word file here. So I'll open up a new Word file, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first of all write something called bibliography, right? Let me just, okay, and then what you wanna do is you wanna just put the resources here. So now you have the resource here, right? Now where you will start writing the content, right? So now let's put this as a hanging format. So what we will do, we'll click on this icon on the Word file. Again, and then here we can choose hanging, right? And I can make 1.5. There you go. Now I can summarize what this article said, ABCD, XYZ, right? I can summarize about that article. So the first process here is essentially collecting all the items, right? So going to the websites, reading, collecting just the title, their links. So that way you essentially develop like a metadata, right? So you will have all the links, and then you start reading the articles. Then what you do is you try to copy paste points, or you essentially take the points and then you would summarize what the article has taught you, right? So now you will end up something like this. So for example, again, this is a sample for big data that I did. So I took a reference. I was reading this paper or article, then this article, and then I wrote like a summary of it. That's how you would now present technical information to your teammates or your bosses and say, hey, this is where what I have learned, and these are the references, right? So, and then if needed, you could present this in a technical, PPT to your bosses or your manager. But this is something that has really worked for me, and I thought maybe I will share that with you. Also, what I do is, after going through all the stuff, I would note down important points, important concept, and what is the author trying to conclude or give a message out of this, right? So first, again, I was reading this article as well from Motiversity. So what I will do is I'll basically first, the first process here would be essentially identifying all the URLs and resources that I want to read. So here, this looks an interesting article. This is by Medium, and the title of article was geohashing, right? I'll put this here. I'll click on save, and here you can see I can copy now, right? Now I can put that in my Word file, right? So I can put this one. So I'll put this one here. Again, I know the font size is pretty small, but it's completely all right. So now you click here, right? Then you click on hanging, click on OK, looks good, right? So try to have a habit of this, right? I'm gonna show you in the web view now, of course. But what I'm saying is try to do these habits, right? These all minute things will help you, while presenting items in a much more professional way, right? So also what you can also do is maybe add a nice border. So again, add a border, right? Looks good, right? So now when you present this document, whoever is reading, he'll be like, okay, this is the paper, this is the source, and this is his summary. Oh, so this is what he learned, or this is what you learned. This is something that has worked for me greatly, and I thought I would share that with you. Something else also that works for me is once I do this, then I quickly also create like PPTs. So I'll copy paste points, and then of course I'll reference the author where I've taken the appropriate resources. But this is something that has always worked for me, and this is how I learn all the items pretty fast. So first I gather all the resources. Once I gather all the resources, I will put them in a Word file, and then I will start reading and start summarizing and taking points out of that. Thank you. I do hope you find value out of this content, and let me know your way of taking notes, or how you essentially read articles and blogs, and how you preserve information from that. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found some insights in this, and until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.